Antman and the Wasp Quantumania came out this past weekend. We went and watched it on early Thursday show. Nobody in the theater, which was fantastic.
That was nice.
We were told that, it's got a 47 on Rotten Tomatoes.
55%.
This movie's a piece of garbage. And we went and watched it. And Maggie, what'd you think?
Who would have thought? It was amazing.
Not me.
It was amazing. I thought it was amazing. It was fun. Like, it started off weird, and I liked that.
Anytime a movie starts with the Welcome Back Kotter theme song, you know you're in for
hilarious.
a banger. Is that a spoiler? I wouldn't say that's a spoiler.
Anyways,
yes.
I had a good time with it. I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
I thought it was good from start to end.
Ooh, okay. From ant to man. You liked it start to finish, from ant to man.
Yeah.
I would agree that, going in, I was hopeful that it would be really good. I like all the Ant-Man movies.
Yeah, I'm always enjoying them.
Ant-Man is usually the palate cleanser. This one getting to be like the big budget Ant-Man movie,
Yeah.
And honestly, I thought it was great. I will say this, it is really freaking weird. Okay?
It is.
Like, it is very strange in the best possible way. And I love that.
Yeah, I did too.
I love it.
I do too.
But it's very weird. Like, I love how weird it is, but I cannot stress enough
it's really weird
how weird this movie is, okay? Even the buildings are weird. That's all I'm going to say, all right? It's weird. It's just weird.
It's weird.
It reminds me of, like, the first time I watched Star Wars as a kid. Yeah.
I know what the weirdness remind me of.
Never Ending Story Part 2.
No, I never watched any of those. Adventure Time. It's got that weirdness to it, like Adventure Time.
I don't know. It felt more like a Rick and Morty than a Adventure Time.
No.
Even though the weirdness was palpable.
Yeah.
It also had heart.
Yes, it did.
It never,
a lot.
It never lost its heart. And I'll say from start to finish, there was no fluff.
Yeah.
Like very, very, very little fluff. I can think of like one scene that was a little fluffy, but post fluffy, it was no, not so much on the fluffiness. I have no idea if that sentence actually meant anything. Just so we're clear.
Jonathan Majors.
Fantastic, obviously.
Fantastic.
I mean, come on, he stole the show.
Yeah, he
easily.
Did. He did.
I mean, he didn't even have to try.
No.
Like, he just was everything. And I mean, I'm talking about, we have a movie with a dude with a gigantic head. And, like, I can't stop looking at Jonathan Majors, okay? Like, that's what I mean.
Pretty. I don't know how.
He's fantastic.
I don't know how I'm going to watch Creed 3.
Yeah, and he kills it. Completely different version of himself than what we got in Loki, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, just, it's like night and day. Like, the Loki the Kang we saw in Loki feels more like almost whimsical compared to the one we got in this, And it was just really interesting. Their take
chill.
on it. I will say I enjoyed the addition of Cassie on this adventure.
Yes.
I thought that was fun. Especially leaning into, one of the sadder parts of Endgame.
Yeah.
The fact that he missed out on her life and stuff. I feel like they didn't push it as far as I was wanting. Like, I really wish they would have just, like, ripped my heart out,
Yeah.
And they didn't. Yeah, but got it. Yeah, you're welcome. But I thought they did a good job.
Yeah, I think so too.
Is it bad that I don't really want to call out any of the other cast? I mean, I thought Hank did great. He was great in it. He had some good stuff. He's kind of in the background in this one a little bit.
I love it.
Yeah. Wasp.
Yeah.
Kind of super unutilized.
Yeah.
That's it.
Michelle Pfeiffer did good.
Michelle Pfeiffer did good. I feel like, honestly, it feels like, because Scott and Cassie were together, and like, can't think of the Wasp name, but her and her mom and dad were together, and it almost felt like we're kind of supposed to get these two like family stories, of like connecting with your family, and like, I don't know, I feel like we definitely got on the Cassie and Scott side, but I feel like the the Pym side was kind of lacking.
Yeah.
I mean, they definitely were doing it. It just didn't.
It wasn't hitting as hard.
Yeah, it didn't go anywhere, you know. And if it was supposed to be like a parallel, I just feel like it didn't actually.
Yeah.
Didn't hit.
Yeah.
You know. There were some themes lacking, I guess. Like, you know, there wasn't really a reason for Kang to be like the bad guy. Like, there was nothing specific to Kang needing to be this bad guy, or like anything specific to Kang's story that would kind of match up with Scott's story. You know, it's like a mirror to Scott, like, oh, hey, if you do this, you're gonna end up like that, you know, which is fine. I mean, sometimes it can just be an antagonist, but like thematically, it just didn't really all match up together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't feel like it. I didn't feel like the story needed, like, I didn't feel like Kang was integral to the story. Like, it could have been anybody. Could have only been MODOK, and just MODOK be everything that Kang did. Oh, gosh. Don't even get me started.
Let's get started on MODOK. Let's go.
You want to do spoilers?
Let's go.
All right, everybody. We are getting into spoilers. Everybody gone? We're in spoilers. I'm giving them a few more seconds. Can't believe Scott was dead the whole time.
I know. And
I can't
Wasp was dead.
I can't believe Kate didn't pick Sawyer at the end. Nah, I'm just kidding. I make that joke every time. Yeah. So, okay. MODOK. Like
Darren.
Like I loved it and hated it,
God,
but
it
loved
creeped
it.
me the hell out.
Like, but that's what I loved about it, right?
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be unsettling.
Like it kind of reminded me of when Cassie got the rabbit, the stuffed rabbit in the first one.
Oh yeah.
She's like, it's so ugly. I love it. Like,
yeah.
I think that's what MODOK is supposed to be.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know if I feel like maybe Peyton Reed felt bad for the way he treated his character or something. It was like, let's give him something else.
Stretch out his face really big on Photoshop.
Oh my god, it was just not necessary.
And I love
at all.
And I love that every person that came down there with the Lang and Hank and them, that every person that interacted with him that knew him beforehand went, "Oh my God, Darren, what happened to you?"
And then you started going into it again.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then probably one of my favorite parts of the movie is Cassie looking at him saying, "Darren, stop being a dick."
It's never too late to stop being a dick. Yeah. I love that he. I mean, we're in spoilers.
He's like, "Okay, I'll stop being a dick."
Like when he dies at the end, and he's like, "At least I died in Avenger."
And Scott's standing there shaking his head. Yes.
Just so weird. Like, very weird. The other thing that was super weird for me was the buildings. Now, I love the buildings.
Yeah.
It reminded me of like Earthbound. Like, honestly, it reminded me of like some weird.
It showed the people like walking into them when Scott and Cassie got there, but then all of a sudden they started moving. Scott's like, "Wait, your buildings move," and that alien goes, "Your buildings are dead."
Oh, drink me.
Drink me. You can't understand me.
So weird. Oh my god. The only scene I thought was kind of semi-fluffy was the one with what's his name?
Bill Murray.
Yeah, Bill Murray. Like, it was great.
Yeah.
I liked it. But like, that's the only scene that I was like, I mean, if it wasn't Bill Murray, this scene probably would have been at the very least edited down. And like, it didn't really add much to the story.
No, it didn't.
But no, I mean, as far as like Kang's motivation, like, it just didn't really feel like it matched up thematically with anything going on. You know, like, he gets kicked out of Kang World.
Kang Dynasty.
The league, what was it? The League of Kang Extraordinary Gentle Kings. He gets kicked out of that, right?
Yeah.
And like, he's just like, I just wanna rule everything, you know? Yeah. And like, then he spends all his time trying to do it, and then he almost does, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, like, for a movie, especially like, you know, Scott's side of it, where he's kind of a man out of time, right? And like, he's lost this time with his daughter, right? And then you got like Wasp, who lost all this time with her mom, right? Like, there's some parallels there. And then you got Kang, and I feel like they could have done something with that. I mean, he's a very timeless person, and like, I just feel like it didn't do there wasn't like no through line to that. You know, I feel like it was right there, and they just was like, nah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that would have been a terrible movie. Who knows? But I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Giant ants.
The giant ants. Talk about giant ants.
All right. So Hank has apparently shown his ant farm technology, and they had started using it.
You forget, Maggie. He didn't show them the technology. They developed their own technology.
No. I meant at the beginning when he has the ant farm.
Yeah.
Before they became.
They did that.
No, I thought he gave them the beginnings of it.
I know what you're saying. But no, they like, I think they were like, did something with Tom.
Yeah, it's whenever they went through the quantum.
No, I know, Maggie. I'm saying in the ant farm. The tech that they had developed. Like, he talks, because he sets that in motion.
Yes.
That they've already made this.
You know what I thought? Wherever it showed us. No.
That's what I thought of, like, the civilization on Bender.
No, I didn't think. Where they showed the ants, I was like, well, the ants are going to be in this somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Foreshadowing at its finest.
You don't show a close-up of the ants
but
for no reason.
The fact that Hank can understand them, like, through that earpiece, and he's like, I kept on getting these weird signals this whole entire time. He said, I figured out it was the ants.
Oh, my God.
And he said, and the ants told me that they lived, like, thousands of years of time, and they have developed... Wait, why is it blinking? Oh, it's doing that weird HDMI thing.
Oh,
okay. They've lived thousands of years, and they've developed their own technology far superior than ours on Earth.
And then it was like a cyborg ant and stuff.
Yeah, they had a mecha ant.
Like, I gotta be honest, I didn't expect the ant part of Ant-Man to really play any part in this movie, but you know,
they killed off Anthony. Okay,
yeah,
so.
And the other ant in the last one, I forget what his name was, but yeah, and like I don't know, I figured they're small and we're in Quantumania, you know, like I just didn't really think Ant-Man, like the ants part, was really going to play any important role in this.
Ants.
And it did. It did. They brought the ants back. They did it. They did the damn thing, the ants. But then, like, I don't understand how, you know, the ants beat King. I'm sure some people will be pissed about that. I thought it's fun. I mean, who cares? But then, like, King just escapes somehow. And, like, they don't really talk about it. Because, I mean, there was, like, billions of ants,
yeah,
right?
on top of them.
And, like, they just...
All right, guys, he looks dead. Let's go.
I guess, right? And then he's like, oh, I'm going to get you, Scott.
We got to go talk to Hank and see if we can come back to Earth and be little again.
Now, do you wish, you know, at the end when he's kind of sitting there, he's like, wait, did I stop it? And, like, he starts having, like, a realization, like, oh, God, what did I do? Yeah. And he's like, I'm sure it'll be fine. Do you wish it would have actually, like, him went into, like a, I think you even said it in the theater, like an Iron Man 3 situation? Yeah. Where he has, like, PTSD.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it, like, it was alluding to, you know, that he was...
But then he just is like,
because fine. It's Scott Lang. He, like... Yeah. Carefree. I mean, he dropped everything, flew over to Germany to
fight with Cap.
To fight with Cap.
Yeah. None of the buddies in this one.
I know.
Yeah. I kind of missed them a little bit.
I know.
I mean,
I missed the main guy telling the story.
Michael Pena. Yeah. That would have been great.
I know my best friend. Well, one of my best friend's girlfriends, cousins, twice removed, father. Told me this.
It's so good. Yes. That was the best parts of those movies.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm glad they didn't like shoehorn them in there because it honestly didn't feel like there was a good spot for them to really be. I'm glad we just immediately get to the quantum realm. I mean, it's like 5-10 minutes in that we're already in the quantum realm.
Yeah, and also we get to see Scott Lang in full dad mode,
which is great.
I loved it so much.
I love his book.
It is book.
I'm gonna buy his book.
I want to listen to it. That's what I want to hear. Paul Rudd read it.
I don't know if he's really gonna do that though. Like the book is real. He should.
Benedict Cumberbatch reads the Sherlock books in audio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, Benedict Cumberbatch can do stuff like that. Paul Rudd is like, he doesn't need it. You know what I mean? He doesn't need it.
It's right there with Breckenmeyer.
outside of Doctor Strange, what has Benedict Cumberbatch done for me recently?
Smog.
Exactly. That
and
was
his
14 years
Hog.
ago. That was 14 years ago. I don't know. I'm assuming The Hobbit was a long time ago. In a galaxy far, far away. No, I mean, of course, all that. We did post a short for everybody that can go check out where we did our reaction in theater to the post-credit scene. If you want to see our actual reaction in the theater. But suffice it to say, the first post-credit scene... Well, actually, let's talk about the second one first, because it's got less to it. Loki.
It's Loki.
Loki season 2. I still love seeing, like, I don't know, it's something... I don't know why, but there's something about seeing a show that I watch on TV being shown on a big screen that just makes me happy.
Yeah.
It reminds me of, like, going to watch Digimon the movie as a kid.
Yeah, well, I mean, we really enjoyed Loki.
Yeah, I mean, Loki's fantastic. And my God. So good.
Oh, my God. Owen Wilson, hello.
Wow. Loki.
Are you sure this is the guy?
Wow. Is that Jonathan Majors? Wow.
Are you sure this is the guy?
I feel like I was almost going Steve Zahn with it.
I think you sound like Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh, gosh.
Is that him?
Is that Loki? I'm done. I can't. So I'm intrigued that Jonathan Majors still going to be in Loki season 2.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad.
I'm glad too.
I'm just surprised he wasn't too big for it at this point.
I'm so happy he's getting because I mean, there's gonna be so many versions of him running around, and I love the fact that we're getting so much of him.
So now, kind of touching on that, the first post-credit scene with the League of Extraordinary Gentle Kings,
the King Kongs.
Yes, that was really weird, right?
It was. It was wild. I loved looking at because it's like they're like in a stadium.
Yeah.
And I loved as it like was panning out to show how many there were in there.
Yeah.
But I loved watching all the different reactions that he had to film. They had to film of him, like him being like incredibly, surprised and really happy.
Yeah.
And
I feel like one
maniacally laughing. One of them looked like an alien version of him.
Yeah. Like one kind of looked like an orc.
Yeah.
Orc. Yeah. Yeah. I know Eric Voss did a breakdown of it, so I haven't watched anything. I didn't want to watch anything until we reviewed it, because I didn't want to color our view of it. But so I'm definitely interested in looking at that. I will say, in the quick shot that we saw while we was there, I feel like the special effects weren't.
It wasn't as crisp as it should have been. Yeah, I agree.
It kind of reminded me. You remember that one MTV Movie Awards spoof of The Matrix Reloaded with Justin Timberlake and Seann William Scott?
Yes.
And when Seann William Scott is Agent Smith, and he has like 50 versions of himself, and he's like,
yeah,
it reminded me of that.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't look good,
Yeah.
And so, like, I don't know. I'm sure, when I get to watch it on Disney Plus and 4K, IMAX, whatever, I'm sure I'll be like, oh, no, I was wrong.
Yeah.
But I don't know. In the moment, that's immediately what it made me think of.
Yeah.
I don't know. How do you feel about the League of King Extraordinary Gentle Kings?
I mean,
it's kind of weird seeing it in this context.
It is. It is strange. I could understand seeing maybe what we saw at the beginning. Just a handful of them.
Yeah.
It was really weird seeing an Egyptian one.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, is this Moon Knight?
Or the one that was like a
cyborg?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like it looked like it was from AI.
Yeah.
In a bad way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, in Loki, like, we got, several references to that, of course. Talking about, like, the old, the old ways and stuff. And, like, I liked that, but I don't know, it just felt weird.
Yeah.
Like,
it did.
Just seeing all of them, I don't know. It reminded me of Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
And I know, obviously,
I agree.
This came before Rick and Morty, but I don't know. It just, I don't know how I'm going to like it.